your brain is not going to believe that you're worthy of achieving your goal, and you're never going to reach the reality that you want. And this is probably the most problematic thing that Gen Z has to deal with, that the past generations didn't even have to think about. Controlling your surroundings is one of the first things you need to do to start heading in the right direction, and here's why it's important. What's up, guys? My name is Q, studying neuroscience at Johns Hopkins University, head of research and development and director at New Generation Myanmar, and co-founder of two community-based clothing companies, Lomia and Scrawl. Welcome to my channel, where we talk about discovering who you are and where you get the tools for success so that we can build a better world together. Today we're going to continue on our series on how to discover yourself. In the last two episodes, I talked about self-awareness and meditation. And in this episode, I'm going to be talking about building your surroundings. The last two videos were about finding out who you are and finding out who you want to be. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about how to shape your surroundings so that you can start heading in the right direction to become who you want to be. Controlling your surroundings is one of the first things you need to do to start heading in the right direction. And here's why it's important. Controlling your environment is about maintaining focus and getting rid of distractions. At any given moment in your life, there are only two directions you can head in. You can either head towards your goal or you can head away from it. And where you are and how you act are what determine which direction you're heading in. And if you spend more time heading in the direction away from your goal than going towards it, then you're never going to reach where you want to be. And the opposite is also true. If you control your environment and spend more time going towards your goal than away from it, you will eventually get there. But before we get into it, I want to make one thing clear. Resting, spending time with loved ones, and having fun are all necessary activities to maintain balance in your life. Just because something doesn't seem like it's directly bringing you towards your goal, doesn't mean it isn't. Chasing things that excite you will often bring you opportunities that will eventually lead you closer to your goal. But you have to be honest with yourself. If they aren't directly bringing you towards your goal, are they directly bringing you away from it? And if they are, you have to consider whether or not it's worth it for you. How much time are you spending doing these activities in relation to activities that bring you towards your goal? More than just like the effects that your actions have in bringing you closer to your goal, your brain is also constantly scanning your environment, scanning your surroundings and the actions you're taking to prove to itself that you're a person that's worthy of achieving your goal. If you're constantly proving to your brain through your senses and through your actions that you're not someone who's worthy of achieving your goal, your brain is not going to believe that you're worthy of achieving your goal. And you're constantly going to set yourself back, and you're never going to reach the reality that you want. Limit the evidence that your brain has that you are someone that can't, and give your brain a sufficient amount of evidence that you are someone who can. And whenever you do that, your brain will start to truly believe in your dream. But before you do that, your brain will leave your dream just in the realm of imagination. In order to give it this evidence, you have to put yourself in the right surroundings and take the right actions. So, let's get into the three important things that you need to pay attention to in your surroundings. Those being people, your environment, and your consumption. The first thing that you need to do, if you want to achieve something that you don't already have, is to surround yourself with the right people. Here's a simple way of thinking about it. You are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. If you are surrounding yourself with people who are giving your brain evidence that contradicts your dream, or are influencing you in ways that bring you away from your dream, then you are not doing yourself any favors. You are making it that much harder to get to your goal. No matter how hard we try or how conscious we are about it, as humans, we conform to our social surroundings. We are social animals. That's just how we work. We tend to like things that the group likes. We tend to behave in the way that the group behaves. And we tend to stay on the same level as the people that we spend the most time with. If you want to achieve something higher than these people, then you have to either convince them to support you in doing this, or you have to surround yourself with people who will. If instead of surrounding yourself with people who are constantly pulling you away from your dream, and instead you are surrounding yourself with people who are already closer to where you want to be, or who are ready to inspire and uplift you. You are setting yourself up for success. These people will shape you into the person that you need to be to achieve your dream. And more than that, they are going to give your brain proof. They are behaving in the way that your brain thinks you need to behave in to achieve your goal. Now, one really powerful way to do this, and one thing that our generation does not appreciate enough, is finding the right mentor. You would be really surprised at how many people there are who are looking to mentor others, who are looking to pass on their knowledge and their experience to the next generation. All you need to do is just be honest and openly ask them. There are a lot of things you just can't really learn quickly on your own, and it takes someone who's already been through the experience, who's already been through the trials and the problems and had to solve all these things, maybe even on their own. But if you have that key, if you have that person who can give you that information without you having to struggle through it on your own, then it will greatly accelerate your journey into becoming a person who is worthy, who is capable of being in the position that you want to be in. Now, approaching a mentor is a lot simpler than you think, because a lot of these people are kind of just waiting for someone to approach them. They're waiting for someone to ask them for advice because they want to share. If I was looking for a mentor right now, I would say these things, in your own words, of course. Approach them with a high level of respect and just say, "Hello, I really respect you and the work you've done. I aspire to do great things myself in this particular field. I would love the opportunity to get to learn from you, and if you have the time, could you please give me some mentorship?" And you can follow up with a specific problem that you're having, and what efforts you're currently making to solve it. The key is to show that you are committed already. You are putting in the effort and you are passionate about what you're doing. They don't want to waste their time mentoring someone who isn't going to take them seriously or isn't really passionate about that field. If you can effectively demonstrate to them that you would really appreciate their mentorship and their guidance would accelerate you to the next level, there are countless mentors who are more than willing to put their time and effort into helping you grow. Now, the next important thing to pay attention to in your surroundings is the environment itself. Where do you spend the most time? Is it somewhere that's conducive to your dream, or is it somewhere that's very distracting and takes you away from focusing on your dream? If you are spending most of your time in places that are distracting and bring you away from your goal, then you are putting yourself at a severe disadvantage, especially since you have control over this. There are two kinds of environments. There are environments that you can shape, and there are environments that you can't shape. The environments that you can't shape are the ones that you don't really own. They're things that are outside of your house. Now, for these type of environments, try to avoid places that distract you or bring you away from your goal. For example, if your goal is to be more financially stable, don't go to places where they're trying to take money from you, where it'll be hard to convince yourself not to spend more money, especially if you're someone who knows they can't really resist temptations. And like I said at the beginning of the video, it's about shifting the balance. You're not going to be able to completely avoid places that bring you further away from your goal. But if you're going to more places that inspire you, more places that bring you closer than places that distract you and bring you away, then you are at least heading in the right direction. And the more this balance shifts, the further in that direction and the faster in that direction you will go. Now, there are also places where you can shape, mainly your home, your room. Try to surround yourself with things that inspire you, that remind you of your goal, so that you're constantly thinking about it. Don't shape your home to be a place where you're constantly distracted, where there are things that you constantly need to do, where you are not thinking about where you want to be. Your home is probably the place where you spend the most time. So if your home is filled with evidence, if you are proving to yourself constantly that you are not a person worthy of being in the position that you want to be in, then you are constantly being dragged away from your dream, away from the reality that you want to be in. There are some pretty simple things you can do and habits you can form to make sure that your environment is as conducive as possible to bringing you to your dream. Make sure you are at least a little bit organized. Put things back where they're supposed to be so you don't have to spend time cleaning always. Make sure things are in the right place so you're not constantly looking for things. Build good habits so you can maximize your time doing things that are effective, doing things that bring you closer to your goal. If you want to push this further, surround yourself with objects that are constantly reminding you of your goal. Put pictures on the wall that are inspirational to you. Write inspirational messages in places that you often see. There are a million things in your life that are distracting, that are pulling you away from your goal. And if your home is one of those things, the place where you spend the most time, then you are making it that much more difficult to achieve your dream. But if in your home you are surrounding yourself with objects, pictures, words that inspire you, that constantly remind you of what you want and how you're going to get there, then you are setting yourself up for success. One of the best ways to do this is just to build the best possible version of your home that you have according to your tastes. It's your home or it's your room, so make it look nice according to you. Put things up that you want to be put up. Don't make it nice for other people. This is the place where you spend the most time, not where your guests spend the most time. So make sure that it's pleasing for you to exist in. Add some color. Invest in a little bit of nice furniture. Make sure that your home is a place where you feel safe, where you feel uplifted and energized. Make sure your home is not a place where you feel stressed out because it's constantly dirty, there's always things that need to be taken care of, and it's not a place that you enjoy looking at anyways. Your home is a very important place for you, and if you aren't putting in the effort to shape it in a way that brings you closer to your dream, then you are making it more difficult for you to get there. Now, the last thing that you need to consciously shape in your surroundings is your consumption. And this is probably the most problematic thing that Gen Z has to deal with, that the past generations didn't even have to think about. We are constantly being exposed to chaos around the world, within our country, even within our cities, when we already have so much to deal with in our own lives. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't be paying attention to world events. It's important that you know what's going on in our world. But if all you're doing is paying attention to things outside your lives, and you're not consuming things that are improving your own reality, your own world, then you are constantly being bombarded with negativity. Do not indulge in negativity. This is the fastest way to become depressed and to lose motivation for achieving your dreams. There are so many people in our generation that don't even believe we have a future. They've lost the motivation, the will to even try to fight for a better future. Because with all of this negativity that's surrounding us and media that feeds off of our fear-based attention, a lot of people have become convinced that negativity is all that there is. And because they don't actively search out positivity, they don't actively search out things that inspire them and motivate them, all they're left with is things that drag them down. Now, on top of this, social media makes it easier than ever to compare ourselves with others in a negative way. On social media, everyone is showing the best parts of themselves. They're showing what they want other people to see. Most people are showing off things that they know other people want, and that's why they're posting it. They know it'll get them attention. It's not bad to want things, of course, and it's not bad to look at people who have what you want, but it's bad when you stop there. You need to be exposing yourself to things that show you how to get there. Instead of being jealous of those people, you need to be inspired to achieve what they have, to go get what they have. If you stop at just looking and feeling sad that you don't have what someone else does, then you are trapping yourself. Don't get trapped in jealousy. Jealousy only brings you down. Become inspired. Strive to achieve. Strive to grow in order to have something that you want, instead of believing that you are someone that can't have it. Whenever you have these thoughts of jealousy, you are giving your brain proof that you're not someone that can have these things. Instead of telling your brain that I'm someone who can have this, I just need to put in the work and the time to get there. Don't lose the opportunity to do this by giving away your attention to other people. Be active in searching for content and information that brings you closer to your dream, instead of passively letting yourself get distracted. It is possible to shape your algorithm on all of these social media apps to start showing you things that inspire you, instead of only showing you things that are mindless or that are distracting or that are actually just negative. Start looking for things and liking things and sharing things that are positive, that bring you inspiration and excitement, not things that bring you fear. And your algorithm will start showing you more and more of these things. And you'll see, as you're exposed to more positive, inspiring things, your thoughts will become more positive and inspiring themselves. What you put into your mind is what comes out. And if you're only putting in negativity, that's the only thing your mind is going to output. So you need to be active. So these aren't the only 3 things in your surroundings that you should be paying attention to, but these are the 3 biggest and most important ones. And if you're conscious about shaping these surroundings into surroundings that uplift you and bring you closer to your goal, and getting rid of things that pull you away from your goal, I promise you, you will be heading in the right direction. You need to be an active participant in shaping your world, shaping your reality. Do not let this world shape you, because it's too easy as people for us to indulge in things that bring us immediate pleasure, but that are harmful for us in the long run. If you want to grow, you need to be active. If you want to be exceptional, you need to prove to your brain that you can be exceptional. Now, if after watching this video, you realize you don't really even know what you want, or you don't have a dream, check out my last 2 videos in this series, because I go in depth on how to find out who you truly are, what you truly want, and to learn how to start getting there. This video is kind of for people that already know what they want. And if you aren't one of those people, come back after watching my last 2 videos, and I'm sure this will be more helpful. If you know someone who has a lot of great ideas, who is a big dreamer, but you see fails to take action a lot of the time, share this video with them. This is a message that they need to hear. And if you found this video helpful, give me a like and let me know down in the comments how you are going to apply this lesson in your life, how you are going to take control of your reality and shape your surroundings. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with me today. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.